Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Ashley Sturgis, and I'm so excited to dive into day 20. It's going to be a good time. This is your first time watching. I am here with you on your journey to elevating your mindset through the Word of God. We are arising, and this is the Arise Challenge 31 days in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month. And we are taking it one day at a time, working on ourselves so that we can be our best selves. Do me a favor, like and subscribe to this channel to get more content like this. And if you would be so kind, share this with someone that you want to see elevate for the rest of this year and whenever you're watching this replay. All right, let's get right into it. So, day 20, we are talking about giving beyond your comfort zone. So, Proverbs 31:20 says this: She stretcheth out her hand to the poor, yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. What this is saying is this woman is out here being the hands and feet of Jesus. So stretcheth, we know the TH in every word you see in Proverbs 31 is telling you to do it over and over again. So to stretcheth means paras in the Hebrew translation, and it means to spread out, stretch, break in pieces, to spread out, display, to be scattered, to scatter, right? So it says she stretcheth out her hand to the poor. What is qualified as the poor? Someone that may be poor in spirit, someone that may be poor in finances, the afflicted, the needy, and the weak. These are considered poor people. There's a lot of people with money, but they're still poor. But we're talking about poor people that are really financially poor. And then there's the needy as well. So those that might have a little bit more than the poor people, but they need more assistance with, basic things like food, water, shelter, so on and so forth. So this woman, this Proverbs 31 woman, is a woman that is generous. And for the man that gets with this woman, he must be generous too, because in Proverbs, I think is well, the first 9 verses of Proverbs 31 talks about him speaking up for those that can't speak out for themselves. And so just imagine someone that's speaking up for them, speaking out for those that can't speak out for themselves, and someone that is stretching out their hands and reaching those that are poor and in need, coming together. How much impact will that make in the world, right? So if you stretch out your hand, you will reach the world. So we have to get out of our comfort zone. So today isn't about giving more, it's about giving meaningfully. Let's talk about going beyond ourselves, going beyond what we're used to and what we're accustomed to. Like, oh, I paid it for it and I paid for somebody's food in the drive-through, and that's a kind thing to do. But if they're in a drive-through, they wouldn't qualify as the poor and the needy. That's just a kind gesture that a lot of people need. Okay. Um, Point number one. So generosity is a lifestyle. It's not just a moment. It's not just you get on social media, but look, guys, taking a picture with the homeless person that I just gave $20 to and a bag of food, and then you plaster it all over social media. Like, these people are in one of the lowest states of their lives, and taking pictures is to show that you're doing good, and photographing people when they're going to food banks. It's just like, come on. You're making it a moment and not a lifestyle. Okay. And so, us as women, we have to stretch our hands out consistently, not just occasionally. Any chance we get an opportunity to give to someone that is less fortunate than we are, we should be doing that. We should be stretching our hands out to the poor and the needy, because if you ignore the cries of the poor, you yourself will then be ignored as well. And I believe that's in Isaiah. Let's see. If you ignore the cries of the poor, sorry, that's Proverbs 21:13. I'm thinking about another one. Let's see, let's do the KJV version. Whosoever shuts his ears to the cry of the poor will also cry himself and not be heard. That's the New King James Version. So God forbid that you are ever in a position where you are in need, you would want someone to extend the hand to help you up. Okay. So that God can help you out, right? So God is helping you out by sending someone along the way to help you up. And so we have to stretch it out our hands to help people up. Okay. And so it's who she is. The Proverbs 31 woman is a woman that is generous. It is who she is, not just what she does. Because a lot of people do philanthropy just because they want to say, I'm doing philanthropy, as opposed to it just being in you. And so, us as women, we have to not always look to be served. We need to serve others as well. And so if you are not serving in some capacity, giving to the poor and the needy, like you don't have to give money if that's not what you have. You can give your leftover food. You can, take gently used clothes to a women's shelter. Like there's so many ways that you can give to people and still meet the needs while not also leaving yourself at a deficit. Okay. God will give bread to eat and seed to sow. And so you just have to know the difference between the two and make sure you are doing your due diligence, because as you give, the Lord will give you more. And so point number two, stretching always requires sacrifice. And so, if you're stretching out your hands, if you're being generous, sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice some of that time, some of your effort, making accommodations to go out to the poor if you're working overtime. It's not good that we, gather all this money and we don't do anything with it outside of paying bills, buying clothes and material things. You can't take any of that stuff away. When you get to the place where you're in the land of more than enough, you're supposed to be giving some of that away. Okay. And so it is a sacrifice. And so it's not generous unless it costs you something. So it's going to cost you some pride saying, I don't want to go down there and feed the homeless or pick up trash off of the streets and, babysit somebody's kids. I don't know. Whatever the sacrifice you make between you and God, stretching out always is going to require something of you. God is always going to require something of you because too much is given, much is required. And so real giving takes intention, not leftovers outside of, I just said give your leftover foods. But what I'm saying is don't find an excuse to say no, find a reason to say yes. Okay. So don't just give people like, oh, well, don't make it an afterthought. That's what I'm saying here. Don't make it an afterthought. Okay. Be intentional. Like, okay, I'm going to eat just this amount, but I'm going to make a double portion to give to someone else. Okay. Or I had, extra food from what I made from my meal prep. I'm going to meal prep. I'm going to get the rest together in some to go plates and just pass them out to people that I see on my way to work. It's just being intentional, right? And then that leads me into point number three. Your reach multiplies your impact. And so don't just build a platform. Actually extend your hand. Actually give people resources. Actually be a go-to person that, is going to encourage and uplift, because prayer is a way to sow into people and give to the poor as well. Conversation when you're talking to older people is a way to give to the poor and needy as well. So you are someone else's answered prayer in motion. Like we are all one decision away from being in the same position as the poor and needy. You make one wrong decision and it is like a snowball effect, and we could all be in the same position. So it's better that we be intentional about showing up and giving to those that God has put in our path for us to give, because if we don't, like it said in Proverbs 21, 21:13, you yourself will be ignored. Imagine you're asking something from God and someone else, another woman that God used this analogy, someone else was supposed to be that answered prayer, but they decided not to get up out the bed at the exact time that you were going to be at a store and go be obedient to God. Imagine, just think about what you're asking God for and what you're praying to God for. Now imagine you were the person that's supposed to answer your prayer. You would want you to get up and get to moving. Okay. And so I want you to ask yourself today, where is God asking me to stretch? Where do I need to stretch myself? I know for me, I need to be more consistent in showing up on the day to day with giving to the poor and needy. We give regularly, but I want to do more. because as the Lord continues to increase me, I need to be able to do more with that increase. Okay. And then I want you to also declare today, I give with purpose and intention, and I reach with compassion. I stretch out my hands with compassion. Okay. I will not declare this too. I will not ignore the cries of the poor and the needy, lest I become one. Okay. So when God stretches you, it shouldn't drain you. It should make you go deeper with him. When he opens you up, when he is pulling all of the ugliness out of your heart, and when he's making room in your life, it should make you stronger. It should deepen your relationship and love for him. And it should help you help others because you at one point needed help yourself. Okay. And so I'm excited to see what God is going to do through each and every one of you. This is why we have to elevate our minds because, we could say, well, I need money too. I need someone to give to me. I am the poor and the needy. Listen, you may be a level 3 poor and needy, but there's someone that's a level 1 and a level 0. And so you have to give based off of where you are. And the more you give, because this is a kingdom law, the more you give, the more God will give back to you. So you think giving 15% of your check every month to give to the poor is going to make a difference, but God has blessed the 85%. When God blesses the 85%, you don't even think about 15% because that's 10% plus 5%, like tithes and offering, okay? So when God stretches you, allow him to. It starts up here first. Starts in your mind. Okay? Allow the stretching to happen because you need it. We all need it. We all need to be stretched, and we all need to be a answered prayer for somebody else, because our life is really not our own. It's really not our own. So thank you for joining me for day 20 of the Arise Mindset series. We are stretching ourselves to come out of the shell that the world has tried to put us in and to become the men and women of God that God has called us to be. I want you to be intentional and set a goal for giving to the poor and the needy and ask God, what does that look like for you? How much to give, when to give, what to give, so on and so forth. And watch how he begins to bless you because he knows that he can trust you. Okay. And so day 21, we're going to talk about being prepared in any season, making sure that you have everything that you need so that when the stuff hit the fan, because it's going to hit the fan, you and everyone in your household is going to be all right. I appreciate you for joining this challenge. And if you would like to get the journal prompts and learn more about the offers that I have, you can visit my website at www.ashleyamsturgis.com. Like and subscribe to this channel and get all of your content for your mindset, for your marriage, for your journey as a wife, a mother, and men. In the month of June, I will be doing a series on mental health for men, as June is Mental Health Awareness Month for men. And I can't wait to share with you all what God has given me for the men. So tune in for that. Stay tuned to that. And I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and comment and share this with someone else. And don't forget to be purposeful with your season of stretching. Okay. I'll see you later. Bye.